Hi everybody. Today's Tuesday Tip I actually stole from, I was listening to Carrie Woodham on News Talk ZB last week on the way to work. And she had a really good advice for a company who kind of got found out for not being as transparent as they should be. She said, you should always tell on yourself first. And I thought, that's really good advice. So I'm just going to talk about that today. Always tell on yourself first. So what we're talking about is when there's an issue in your company, when you think, oh no, this is really going to be negative news. Well, you need to be the one to go out to the market with it first. So this could be something like maybe your prices are going to rise and people aren't going to be happy. Maybe it's a product safety issue. Maybe you're doing something like building a big factory where people, neighbors might not be too happy about that. So those are the types of things that I'm talking about. So I guess the first step is to have a plan. So as soon as you know it's going to happen, sit down with your senior people in your company and put together a good plan. And you really need to think about, what are we going to say? Who do we need to say it to? Who are our priority audiences? Who do we have to tell first, second, third? And how are we going to tell them? Do we need to have face-to-face meetings? Is it, through emails? Is it just, by putting out a press release? So you have to think about that as well. And I guess the second piece of advice is go early. Don't wait around and just kind of cross your fingers and hope nobody finds out. You need to go early, be proactive, because the news will get out eventually if it's negative, and you do not want to be on the back foot. And the third thing, I guess, is really committing to being transparent, open, honest, open to talking to people, especially those with alternate views, those who aren't too happy. Invite them in and to have sit-down meetings, do whatever you can to just make sure that they know that they're being listened to and take their feedback on board. And I guess the last thing too is just to monitor and engage on your social media channels, because that's the type of place where, especially if it's a public issue, people will start to put stuff on your social media channels, and so you need to just keep monitoring those and engage and take it offline when you can. So there's some advice about always telling on yourself first.